edition of Super Atija and a Sabrady and I say wa majime dramedin some way in so no ebe some more ewo Kumasi online TV send ye nra da mekai and Mr. February bosome de yemianka same bosome entine me dedicate the whole month no edi ama all February born saso and a Sabrady amatna sinko adie me dedicate and the Super Atija so ede ama February bonds much as and so am birthday so no me happy glorious birthday most watch as ma wo dance no ebeba no and in advance to you all matina sinso nko ade na chese Super Atija de niema echegu ewa be fonten time fidie ne so na maboabo no achese me de eba be sommo send ya brand ya bia me kano no mesre unya subscribe to the channel and now subscribe ede amami wuwi adoma na eda honom no na chese wa click so ede amami no sa video biara ye de betum bia no ubenya notification ewo phone so na wahwe bi uwie so amesero na do agyenchen so afa comment section asenso ede amami no wa share video we so ede ama wunu be meba be kaja ede egum ni de Asenso Boakye nebre odin sembebre na aba betu jani na yenim se before sana NPP parliamentary primaries no eba beba so no na one of the seats ani na no just ye nidi akire ye papa ene bantama constituency na Raf Agyapong na just ye Honorable Ken Agyapong ni nua bema na ye na ye hwe nim sanka brantie no ebetumi edi nkunim Saso ene nipa dodo na so na wo mo hwe nim se Asenso Boakye ono so ebedi inkunim na Raf Agyapong eto ne sa ede freni nua bema Honorable Ken Agyapong ma ne begina ho ensem de papa ba ye wo probi edigu honum ye papa chese okoka abeti ewura ba ende no de Asenso Boakye sa okoka se na danfo bi kura fia chese na ewo adenta eno so Asenso Boakye kotena honum ni ade nyina ode no so etu jasaso eno koka Jubilee House won sensem a watche se Asenso Boakye disk and amafo kra peso mu hono won peso mu na nadan kwekufu ado a na chesa Asenso Boakye no waje kakrawa edi egu ni botom abato ni nyina no ekọ na wieye no Asenso Boakye ababonti a chesa wode nsem bia ba betu dwa kire se sa abeti ewura aba na eda Honorable Ken Agyapong na no a chesa na oka no nokura biara enim no kra no emutuo enana ne maame eton na no kra no eye bra chesa ne papa efri ma na abrabo ni mu aye den ede ama wo mo no eno ena ne maame eton amutuo no ede hwe oni ni nuano ma chese wo maka nyina no de etosumienu nso efa okotena wo bi nchen wa dental housing down no osanso aba be hye sansem ni nyina mu se no kra bia enim na sa dan no kra no oto edifi Honorable Ken Agyapong na danfo honom na sisi akra ya me na mo kasa kra no edan no egusua ewo ne dimu saso ena chesensem ebeto odwa se eni amafo pese omu hu na nadan ko ekufu ado a na chese waje kakra wa ede atu ne botom no eno so wa kire mu wo honom se no kra bia enim ne no kra no hono na nadan ko ekufu ado kra no eto ne nsa ede frɛ no ebisan se na nsama Honorable eken no kra bia no kra ben enewom ema na nado kra ka so na se wo kra no de ewo ken no nya wadwuma so obi ba behwehwɛ me a wo na wodi obi be ba ntina na nadan kasa kra nim se ensama Honorable eka no kra bia eni wasaso a kire mu se Honorable de oni ni problem bia oni Honorable ntem ye kama se bia Honorable kra na ni wo problem a onu de oni Honorable eni bibia kana de ebe okaye papa ni se 2020 ebra na wo mo kwa akoto aba no Honorable efi ni constituency ebe PM obantima constituency even that time kwano na Honorable ne nanye ne ya ne so obegina honum ni bedi asane ade ni nyina aka ho na bua ma ni wini 2020 election enti de Honorable aya ma ni bia no like or appreciate Honorable Ken Agyapong so much into no some news are speculate on social media no so no asen sema Honorable kan ya je senye ne de no eno na ma ne ba bontembe so ba side that no oni ni problem ya mama yanko na yenkoti Asenso Boakye no mun sememra sisia.
About, several allegations were thrown out there before the Bantama election. Which one really got to you, Asenso? And today we want you to say it all here and now. Which one did get to you? I mean, we'll get into that, but for you, which one really got to you?
None of them.
None of them?
None of them, because it were I knew very well that they were just fabrications. And
really?
Yeah, none of them.
You were not staying with a friend in Adenta that, you know.
Oh, you call that allegation?
Well, you didn't come out to speak or deny or say otherwise.
I did.
You did?
That
okay.
one I did. I did. I never stayed with his friend.
You never stayed with Ken Agyapong's friend?
No, I never stayed with one. In fact, there's a property that belonged to his friend, but I had bought it at the time.
Oh, so you had bought the property?
I've explained.
So you were not perching with that guy?
No. I was the only one living in the house. Yeah. Yeah, I was the only one living in the house.
That property in Adenta?
And I had bought it already. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And this you can easily verify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, you wanted to set the record straight that you own that property. You were not perching. You were not squatting
and I still
with
own
a friend.
the property.
You still own that property.
Yeah.
Wow. What about the allegations of $20,000 before you once gets to see the president? It's baseless.
Baseless.
So he says that he has proof. He had people who had to come to. You saw the video, I'm sure.
Which video?
Well, he said it that people had to pay, money to come and see you.
It's baseless. I have never, God is my witness, in my line of duty, wherever I work, I have never demanded any favor, any money before anything is done. Never.
You never ask people to pay you $20,000 before they get to see the president or come to the Jubilee House?
First of all, when I was at Jubilee House, my job was not the scheduler of the president. That wasn't my job. If anybody wants to see the president wouldn't come to me. If there's anybody who wants to see the president who will come to me, then it will be the party people that the president knew already. And even that, I'll go through the scheduler, which is the fine lady at the presidency, Saratu Atta. So I remember when that allegation came up, the president was like, "But how can you collect?"
So the president questioned you.
He didn't question. He was like, "I heard this, but this is business. How can this happen? Because that's not your job, and you've never brought anybody to me other than people that already you and I know, party people, constituency chairman, this and that." So it's business.
So that never happened.
I want to have someone who can come out to say that. Anytime that somebody has mentioned, because it's fabrication, it's just a deliberate attempt to soil my hard-earned reputation. They use somebody somebody outside the country. I've heard they say some Indians. Let them come. Recently, some white guy who from nowhere.
Yeah, we saw a video that was.
I mean, if he is in the country,
you dare that person to come out and say.
Yeah, then you sue the person. Exactly. No, I've never done that.
Speaking of corruption and allegations, you've also not been spared with a couple of them. I mean, Ken Agyapong makes scathing allegations about you involving land grabs and grabbing lands here and there, land sales, involving the late Justice.
I think he mentioned a specific one that there's a property that used to house the late Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Mafusao.
What is the situation?
I think the Judicial Service dealt with the matter. In fact, that land is part of that property. Is part of about four property within a 3-acre land. Okay, and the ministry. These are properties managed by the Ministry of Western Housing. So the ministry decided to redevelop those areas, which is something that has been going on since 1992. Government realized that some of these buildings, old government bungalows in the prime areas of Accra, Cantonments, Roman Ridge, Airport Residential, Laboni, can be redeveloped so that we make optimum use of the land. Okay, so that area, the ministry decided to redevelop those land. In fact, my official residence was part of the 4.
Your official residence
exactly
was part of that 4,
exactly,
including that of Justice.
Exactly, and I had to leave for that place to be redeveloped. Out of that, you're going to have about 24 housing units, and the agreement with the judiciary is that after that we give a special one, 4 of them to the judiciary, gated community for the judiciary, which they insisted on that. So there's nothing like that. This can be easily verified. So I was surprised.
It wasn't done for personal, use or maybe gains, and for you to get any.
No. This program that has been going on, yes,
the redevelopment program.
Yeah, it's been going on for many years. Yes. So and he said I had sold the land.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
What is the truth?
The truth is that the place is being redeveloped, and that same place still belongs to the state.
Judicial service?
Not judicial service. Part to be given to the judicial service, part to be given to other state senior public officials. It's still in the public land belonging to the state. And
so it wasn't sold to private individuals?
It hasn't been sold to private individuals. Yeah. Wow. And I think the judicial service issued a statement.
We wanted to hear that from you as well as the minister for that sector.
The minister also issued a statement.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is what it is, and that is the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is no iota of truth in what the person said.
What is this issue between your good self and Honorable Ken Agyapong? Asenso. What is it?
Personally, I don't have any issue.
He campaigned for you in 2020. Is that right? After I saw a video, your walk. Yes.
My walk, which I'm very grateful for. He did. In fact, when I invited him at that time, he had issue with his foot. He said he will still come. He came and he campaigned, and he said very kind words about me. At a point during the presidential primary, he said certain things about me which I came out to say that they were not true. One of which, you just mentioned. Yeah. And in response, I've heard him say that I said that.
You said somewhere that you were raised or brought up well and not read.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say that?
Yes, but he said it in the context. Not
why did you not referring to him?
Yeah, because when he said some things about, he was in Kumasi and said some very disparaging things about me.
About you?
Exactly. And that was when he said that I live in his friend's house and all that. So I wanted to respond. A lot of people, many Ghanaian prominent people called me and said, don't respond to him. Okay. But I thought certain allegations had to be responded to. So when I was speaking to the interviewer in Kumasi, I wanted to assure those people who had called me not to respond to him that I'm here not to have any banter with my senior in Parliament, not to, and somebody who is way older than me, not to have any and the way I was brought up. There's no way that I can insult or attack someone who is older than me, and I was brought up well. I was not trained to insult people. So there's no way that I was going to insult him or speak in the same manner that he did against me. Yeah, so it was more of an assurance that I was giving to people who had advised me.
Upon hindsight, do you think that the words, you could have carefully chosen your words? No. For somebody who's been brought up well, it's not something that, you still stand by it? And
yeah, because I didn't mean to insult him, to attack me. And it wasn't about him. It was just to assure people who had advised me not to respond to him that the way that I was brought up, there was no way that I can speak that badly.
When you heard those comments and commentary about you, did you reach out to him? I mean, like you're saying, he's a senior brother, a senior colleague, an elderly person. Did you reach out to him and say, well, maybe senior, why these comments? You didn't?
Which the
one he said he came to Kumasi to make some disparaging comments.
I spoke to one person who I'm very close to, who was part of his campaign. Yeah, I spoke to him. Yeah.
Would you want to reach out to him on any other?
I don't have any personal issue with him. Yeah, I mean, if there's an opportunity to engage him, I don't have any problem.
What did he say to his brother after the whole contest? Because before that, I remember there's a video, I'm trying to fetch it up, but we'll play that video and that audio as well for you, that you were singing.
Yeah.
I think it was a Christian hymn or a gospel song. And his brother was also that.
Exactly. I was
you remember the song?
Yeah, I do.
Sing that one. What do you say? Yes.
I had just,
what was the song?
I was saying.
Yes.
I had just come out of morning devotion.
Oh.
Yeah, I attended the morning devotion, which some of the delegates decided to join me in the morning. So I was actually filled with the Spirit.
Oh, filled and in the Spirit.
In the Spirit.
And praising God.
Praising God.
Your song was?
Wa kano ebebem Eradia kano ebebem. Eradia ka se obe shira ye.
And what was obe one time? What is obe one time?
Now yeah shira.
Were you getting provoked?
He thought I was provoked. I mean, he was getting provoked. Yeah, me, I wasn't provoked. I didn't really care what.
One time now,
yeah, that was. You know, this whole idea was to also keep up with the Jones. I mean, to let the tradition remain. You know that everybody else has been wanted, so we should be. Wow. But the delegates thought otherwise. They
can obey.
That's yeah.
How did you feel? You reached out to him. Was it in good faith? Were you happy after I saw a handshake and all? He came to
congratulate me. Yeah.
What did you tell him? Tell us exclusively on that day.
No, he didn't say anything. He said that this is massive. Thank you. This is massive. Well done. That's what he said. Then yeah. He said this is massive.
Are you going to involve him in your campaign?
Everybody. You need everybody. Yeah, everybody is welcome, and we will make sure that everybody who has something to offer
right,
is invited to join us. Yeah.
You had a Kokonte party, or what do you say, a betie?
Yeah.
A day after the primaries. Yeah. Why that? You could have done a fufu party. Kumasi is known for fufu, but why a betie?
I didn't organize it. I mean, one of the most unfortunate things that my senior brother Kennedy said when he came to campaign for his brother, that I'm a son of a Konkonte seller. So virtually denigrating me.
Are you a son of a Konkonte seller?
The fact of the matter is that my mother never sold Konkonte, but sold Omutu. He had a big Omutu joint
in Bantama.
My father was a building contractor who got this young, beautiful lady. He married her. And my father, at the age of mid-50s, suddenly died of cardiac arrest. At that time, my mom was barely 35 years, had 5 children. And my mother trained as a hairdresser, dressmaker and a caterer. But when my father died, she was then a housewife. But she decided not to remarry, not to do any other thing, but to trade and do something to be able to cater for us.
Right.
So she went into having this Omutuo joint to be able to make a living and also cater for us. So that's what she did. Yeah, but when Honorable Kennedy came, she was denigrating my mother's job that fed many people in the community, and she said that my mother was a Konkonte.
So she sold Omutuo. Never did she sell Konkonte.
Yes,
or maybe she makes that along the way.
He didn't. I think he was wrongly briefed by his people.
Wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether it's Mutu or Konkonte.
Of course.
They're all local food that he prepared and sold. So a lot of people were very upset by the
they were?
Oh yeah. Very market women, widows, and my mother was a widow. Market women giving the sacrifices that my mother made to make sure that I had a very decent.
Your mom is still around?
No, she passed. Some 2-3 years ago. Yeah, and that is why some people decided to have this Konkonte party, and the attendance was amazing. Yes.
You had a huge crowd for that.
Oh yeah, amazing. And even before that, I mean, market women, hairdressers, many people, drivers were very upset by the unfortunate comments of the Honorable Member of Parliament. Yeah. So that's why this Konkonte party came about. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Asenso Boakye and Ayakwakotie no abanintinuti Asenso so nana maame kra no onton Konkonte bia no na ye mutuo mom ena nana maame ton eno kai after say ne papa efri musa so, and a lot of allegations are during that time no. Honorable Ken Agyapong just say wakadigu nenimasi na say okafa ne ho no ena sabredi e waba be ya no na Asenso Boakye wo anu ye bi ena wentumi anyi honorable anra twayama ene election na ko na ewie ya just wo hu say wedi nkonim no ena waba abonte na o ba be ye na sa ne ma obeke kan ye na no kure bi anim ni ade. Don't forget 7 December another election so eda ye ni, but I think I really appreciate the fact that he was able to appreciate Honorable de waye ede amano and that statement I just say if we numba say or no dear yet no thanks to the most I said no so no about say no he wasn't referring to Honorable Ken Agyapong Nembo na or treni memo ama yehunu se seni amafo efrefre no efa nsema Honorable eka ede afa ne ho no onhwe na wambie na no anyi ano mani nka bibia mfemfa Honorable Ken Agyapong nsensema jese odi etu dwane nti no kaso on de yetete na bebi ofiri so no ya nkyere ne se onkasa emfantia penny mamento aso na memfamunremu ewo me next story my next story no before asana mekoso no mesra woni jatija dwumedie ho na apesa obeson yase a na mani 0550623377 and 0557036109 offer numbers no mu bia e begibre na ye ne wo atwetwe enkomo ebusia na chese medemo eremu ewo me next story dia Chema wuntumi eni menhia ho nsensema ye nyina ne ye hwe nim so nkasa brede ensem no akwa akoda no chesentia yensa aka ne sensem na nya nkoda ne sa na chesebre wo mu kopie mu ewo menhia no entia ye nyina ye nya ye ene se bantma hene a chese Kumasi traditional council sabre no ono na oyo ohina a chese wodi mu ono no oyo ohina a chese wogina semni mu no ede nsem bi ebetu dwa se kukoso hene wo manso man say wonko na wonko piemu ewo NPP for vetting room tend ye wako na tese sansem we nyina so abade ende ye tojo no ankasa ewie chekra no etu chema wuntume fo se onhwe na no kasa ye na eba ne party ho nsensem nso dia wo mo besere ne ye papa mane efa nananum di embemu ma chese no wie chekra no na Kumasi traditional council for wo mo de letter tetenti ababonte se wo mo siro bia se mo bia ankasa asem ne ho biom obia enka na no enfantum na so nte ya yensa eka ye ene se chema wuntumi sabre no obo kokoso hene dua na dua bo wode bo no nyina no egira nsem akokoso hene ekoka se ono chema wuntumi wakasa edi etia santema wakasa edi etia otumfuo wakasa edi etia sikedwa se wono kwa no wono akasa ne kingdom na ndie na nabikura babonte anase yana na otumfuo babonte mbeka bibi na wono chema wuntumi ene ne nya adwendia endi ono kura no betumi agina mu na endi wo exchange west with yana no otumfuo na eno ena chema wuntume say asema chese wudi tumi sui mi amiti he manka inti se manka na se wukokoso he na wo se mekan e de ene mebo odua wie so kra de ene mede wo manyina so edase owie ye no ena obo ono ankasa chema wuntume nso dua se asem na mese manka na mbom ne se wo kasa mekan ye de na se mekan ye na wo se manka nso de ene mi ankasa mebo mi hu dua wie de na mede me manso adase enti wo kopie mu ewo menhia no nananom edi ye no etu ye makowie chekra se chese duabo abemu nko ade wo se wo mu kopie mu wantoa na ndi de duabo aba no wo mu koda ne sa dua no na ebra wo mu kopie mu ewantoa no na chese bosoma woda no anase peni a oda antoa bosom ne bebia wo mu da ne dua na no ena wode nsam bi etu dwa se asem bi ebepie mu ewo naso ye honom a wo mu hwe nim se wo se ba akudi bem na baako edifo said ye beya wo mu betumi adani dua no na so asema chese nam kokoso hene ene chema wuntumi ne Kumasi traditional council for wo mo de aba be pie mu ewo nanim ne de enya de a wo betumi adani dua ne san se omunni onim de wedi bem ene onim de wedi fo ena sendia wasanka wo mu sifa krabu asem ne kra no enya sa kwan ne so ena wo mu fa so chese wo mu bu asem ne tinde wo mu nyina no wo mu sanso a wo mu kukunu wo mu nkaka na wo mu kopie mu wo menhia honom na ne de wo mu sanso nkope kunya pabinti na se na de wo mu sanfra sem no na wo mu fa yie emfantu yie de wodi bem no mo manipa ne hu se wodi bem ena de odi fo ne nso no mo manipa ne ehu se wodi fo ena sa asem no nokura bi wom se wanka anase bia nokura bi wom se chema wuntumi anka ye hwe nim se kokoso hene betumi aka ne yes mesramo ensama mede to chema wuntumi so no ensam ne wanka ende se chema wuntumi so ekan ya on pemu enka no kre ne sense age say ate se nyina no anokwase me kan yen so na nanom no monfa nkyere ansa na wo mu betumi adani dua na ne eche se nti ya na ya se wakra mensa aka sa abre die wo mu kopie mu wo de ne nantwie ni nwan ni confirm ni ade de bosom no na se peni sumai no che se ndie wo mu kire biye papa na ndie wo mu chakra na che sa adani bibie wo ho no na che se duabo no enya ade a wo mu betumi adane ni nti ndie chema wontumi kukoso hene ene Kumasi traditional council fo nyina no ya saye wo mu Ghana must go pack your tools we there Yantua must go pack your things and then go back to Menchia go and sit on the issue na monka asem ne sene sene fata momma ba ku hu se wampa asem ne nipa no wanka ansa no wo mu betumi adani dua na wo ma adani dua no na asem besi abache ma wontumi gusu agira ne naso se wanka kukoso hene so gusu agira ne naso se asem ne che ma wontumi ekan why and wo mu kwa kobu ne for and why so and wo mu kwa kobu ne bem ye ne gusu adi sansem wo nyina echi de beto fom bia no ye beba betena fidiem hanom se ne ye de nyina so aba besom up to now ne date bia mba abonte se bia da say ena wo mo sa kwa kwotena asem ne so any day anytime anopa ewia enwumbre wo mo nya the date ne ba abonte so ye san so akọ na yakwa kwotena asem ne so na ya sewa beba betena fidiem hanom se na me de nyina so e de aba besom ena min church se Ghana Blasters wo mu kopie mu e wo Cote d'Ivoire ekodi ye ninti no ensem bebre na ate se e wo social media no so adodo na e kire se e wo se yetumi e bo ye homodem pa ne ye pam GF peni ajase oda no ene wo na wo makeka ni ne san se sikadie ene ade ajase wo mu gina mu ntintim eno ne ade ajase wo mu de wo mu dwe ho ene ye hwekra na eno adame betena fidiem hanum say ene sembi ebe so ma na ajase de da you Ghana Blasters captain or patch so Ghana fo nyina no mo fanche no expectations are na chese mu wo mu and I say gidi ana mu wo mu sanka ndie wo mu kono wo mu kwa qualify to every group stages na zoko wiechi no third match ni na chese wo and wo mu de bae no obe patch so obia emfa ne bone emfanche no wo mu hwe nim se wo mu betumi aye bibi papa bi saso na prophet ba ko ede nsembi betu dwa se ende nko benya papa de nka wo se dede ayu wo mutumi manager boy ne boy san se kame akwa se dede ayu no wo de na ye fie bosom ani ti ende bibi ekọ ewuo bia na je se kra dede ayu na sabre ya menemo kase so de countryman zongo ono so ede ensembia babonti achese ende demonstration chenchire bi ba be koso February busum yamu eya vows day 14th of February 2024 ene de wo so wo makokra kwakoje yi a police for wo master person de ama wo se team Tendi womu demonstration na womu kwa akoye nyina ne se Ghana Blasters ni egu penifo achese womu dano ni sikedie na achese ndi womu dwe ho enti ekwan biara womu befa so womu be pamisa penifo no edi free GF camp ni mu ne de womu bo womu homodin ye papa pase womu betumi apam womu enti ndi advance day no wa wuni boy wa wuni girl wa boy anase wo girl bi eja wo no mesrew munyina no momfa mani enchemu on the 14th of February vows day no na ni the demonstration e yikire kase achese de wo mo ye edi etia GF no wi na mo fa mo ho enkojim mo ma yenko na yenkotie countryman zongo enum nsememra sesia.
Finally Ghana Yensa aka police approval. It will be a dress code, a black. Thursday on the 14th of February 2024, a Wednesday, and upon 9 a.m. Hashtag Save Ghana Football. Munina Mumra. Hashtag Save Ghana Football. Your football, your blasters are good. Your football, no, a good. Under 17, under 20, a good. National teams, local football, a good. Anti-blasters. Ghana for our bar Burma Wednesday 14 February Thursday no na say odona the football see nyana kwofom no sa odona see sa Kenya no eti ye kire e dia kire ye mpanfo mu hwe ye football so A campaign for us is so much approve and I'm into Obia. And your day, Emra. And no idea. The money ready, Asate, Mensaka, Yansaka. Hashtag Save Ghana Football.
Ebusia countryman Zongo ena yekotie no eba yenti ende 14th ni die osi enta no pa 9 am no na chese wo mahyiase ewo enkramante mu we die wo mo tinto su kokko ede ache GFA president ene chese mpenifo bi a wo mo kan yes Save Ghana Football na we you club ni die egu under 17 egu say women's club ne pe man ne ball pen ya de ye papa wo na mpenifo de ne de ye rade nyankopon na ho blasters motumi akobo ball pa motumi ahye 2-0 89 minutes akake na motumi amankrofo ya ba bete aba be hyemoma ma be fie mu ba fie so kra na ye kente no ye nim mfifire chese ye bre ye kasa minipa beti he me kasa ni nyina na bre ya bia na me bre ye na ma me mu agese wo mo ton wade ye papa no ma wo mu chitro ende wo ye danya yesuo ye jo tax ani ade ende mpenifo wo mo boaboa no agese wo mo ko to kente papa bi ede ma mo nkora mo koya de papa kente ni kwa ma hu fra mo so kra ma ntumi asan kwankwa ya de papa bi amfa mai mo ba ye so na mo fa ye kente so mfa mai ya ma fa mai ye mo a mo be kwa ama no ne mo de ye kente ni kwa ama no ne we kente ni wo be fire bia na de papa bi ama wa kwa mu esan say chesa de papa ni expert se me kwa ya ma ye no man kwankwa ye amfa mai ye ni gu asefo eyi chende ye ina no ye chinemu ye ina no ye chinemu tintima mi say 14th mi ni obi ajeso odi mi pia ko bebia enti ende demonstration na ende me de ba ba chechire me re ende me di asasa Save Ghana Football ye ina ye jo man Ghana e di esi hono esan say blasters no jese mpenifo no kra no wo mu diska sika chese wo mu di ende eyi the fun ya just wo mu ko ye ya 8.9 million US dollars ende de shem say fine here ende ye nim ende wo mu ko pie mu kra wo kata sika just yes ye tabrim kra de ma wo mu no ebesi nde kra no wo mu ni obi akra nya calculation and ya woman chess can no medi ukokasi sia yes yenka na so ya no so ya kaya no gonwidie ye kaya no ntum na de ye taxes sika no mundi na mun se na bra amafu wo krom hanum se ya chese suku de mu no kura no wo munni bi wo mutitinnuase na wo mu sua de amafu titinnuase ena wo mu sua de sabre ye ni bia bei sabre ye chese kro ahudro achasa kai na no wo mu develop no man Ghana de penifo ni gym wan ni sikedie bibia nka hu biom ukokazi sia ya se na oya abofra na wudi peni atem inti sebi peni ni se nyansa ni treatment wo abofra ntumi kan nyansa se me me de ba ni super atijade amese me mfa ho ni woni pabaye wo ye peni o wo ya abofra se de wo ye no se bia wo nyo obi obeka nyansa se me de gu tirim de obepie mu wa ha anase wasem be kamena na ya se wa me nsanko ade agyae enya ade amede me ho be spell me fa ho nchew me telo meka nyansa sem ede gu tirim esan so man na yetim ni ye bere ye wo gold ye wo diamond ye den na ye ni eden na ye ni lithium deal mo de koma Canada for nyame de be chia mu nyina aka baako nsusu ye boni a chese mu susu de for man no no ebe dane aba mo so in 10 folds say ye did afuna hye won sa se swan na de bra na bedu o man so na be bibi papa fam o man Ghana no na ne de mutumi be ye bibi papa bia emfa ma ye a munim se eno ane eno a en de V8 de na de mo gas ne de mu de o mu piepie ye hwe na ado dan ko ekufu ado ma ha ma sem kwa de me pese mekesan se kwa de na etan wo social media so na ado dan ko ekufu ado kwa ye nya agide wonmu ekwa wi akire no one sese wa broni osedebe en de ni pictures be sekuleti nefu yampe bia na ebo ne ni na se pimpinis na wacho ma so de nyamse ye nka no kwa to de sikre abo sikei de ye be kwa akopie bebi ma me fa mu wremu o me next story no mu na sama je sa hye manu mu man sama je sa ewura mafunu mu no bia na makoka de ye nka de chinko na yi empelifo gina ha no nsen ebusia na lawyer mo sample no ho before sana meka na asem ni mesire bi so abrantie ni bibia bokode na adwene emu da ho no ma se oda so nye so a wo so daye a bibia boko ni mental problem bia bibia ha ne de tese me to de bia metena se dadwen ho a brantie no me hu ne se bibia anya boko ebia na yi allegedly ne yira wo film yi ebia na chese ne ema ha no inti ande asalam ga kese a chese wo man mu panta hospital mpenifo baby abodamfo ni gu ni ade nyina ne yesere mo muntu mo nsamfre ne mo frɛ no ma menhyiafo kora frɛ no wo ma na mo panta hospital ende mo nkasa mo penkrofo ne de wo mo kotabrim ne mfa ne mbra na mo mfa mpane wo na adwe ho na mo hwɛ se bibia dadin bibia bokode a esansa abrantie ne to de bi o bekasa medwe ho amentiase na mahama babo nten se o di 24 hours e ba no obegina ho no ena abefo nyina mo nsori o ena mahama pese obegu madwuma abrantie bibia bokode ne busia se mekan sema sabre abrantie asande aba betu dwa ohu mo akasa mo behu se o se wodi fata se na ya asa wa wututu ja de man sabre abrantie ne se ono no na ne papa wo forest na ne papa tumi du o mo ko forest mu nti ende na o hu sunsum ni ade ende no ni sumanfo ni ade nyina so kra no edi nkomenti 2024 election achese be so on the 7th of December no ye na ye nim se lawyer mo sample nam chema wuntumi nti no oye NPP mbani na ende wasi o ba wo mi aka na komantu ni yem kra na aba ne se wo mo ko no mo ko to kra de ma NDC a ono lawyer mo sample no obetumi aye incantations na chese wa chami ade no na chese vote na ebe kwa NDC ni na no akwa de ama MPP wei lawyer mo sample wei nyan ebusi amoma yenko na yenko tie lawyer mo sample no munsem mra sisia
Ghanaians mupo upa koto line nas aba wa ba no spiritually no otu negative ya cancer positive mo bugu efu ni ya no mutu papa ba na ye be sesa no huhu how
ya kom di obi no so akwa to aba tia do
no uni mo tia ejuma da
meni mo tia ejuma na den de mimi ni jide bia o mo tia bia
udi mo tia ejuma mimi hu mo tia da me no makasa unim tama me hu mo I can't mo tia at the age of 6-7 years na me because school St. John's preparatory primary so that time no na ewo siao ABC we achimota na ye wo push no you see school no wo push mo ntino bush no with mountains yes mu ye pretty park enti motia no mo yi omhu di kire nkwala was ye ntiase enti etumi say ye dom say na motia no ye be wona from akase bibo na motia ne bieni na ye hu omo afa adowa na omo to nyom na omo nan no wo boti say na omo sache na omo entertain omo entertain na ye hwe ni ye boy nsem
na wo hwe cartoons ana
yo da bi ye show omo ye omo bie mani ma ye hu omo ti ye show omo was omo entertain ye wo ye peni oba opa na obo nifra wo ye peni omo ba omo ma hu ba ye ndi omo ye hu omo no mo ye die gloss no mo hwe a no ma ye say ni akọ football park so na ye no mo ko ball boss ye ko football park so ye wo park so abo se mo de frama owo na mo ye say na etino ye nim say ya na fo no mo na mi so ye nim say ya na fo no mo etino omo ye say de me chere fe so ye ko huru nyamba wie na ye mo no ha e wo mo no mo de frama kase aba fa ye nyamba no omo ye na pete nyamba no na ye du mo chi na ma jemu so omo ni di agro awo ani muenia omu nkwala omu ne di agro ti motia ne ye di agro e meto bi a etubi ka chomo say petofi ube ho no mo tofi na brain ye wo do betuni aka na give us toffee ye ti obo mo sana toffee abelande awo ye rana
di motia toffee nyina
ye di ne ye swa so mo ye na ofo enti doctors 70% e kramotia aso for 80% kramotia motia they operate in that realm until what are those days now omo magic no uko magicians no uko jina opana na motiana when I say more if anything obiri jina when I say fine omo from enti wo aba na akoto no spiritually to be done no
motia bit was
otu wana otu ni say ya no ma cancel no ma dey see ya enti na abato na ya beto no enya hunemu abato pe abato na beto no you to be see results who results who obi akoto exams what wie na come back na human that changing o script me ebi hear me girl be me marking the script na me check company law me marking the script na me mano 25% because script me marking in yana na pass assembly na me so what law na me man 25% no you tie girl na down for back copy the same thing in fact all of OG e copy the same thing word to word everything. Now maybe you know mama that for 75%. And the girl no be comfort me say my results. I say what's the first say I want to remark him say hey when you be so say I know why I'm talking like that. Now must say same patrol who the question call mark question beam. Until me there no. Now me Jane script no. Me call no. Every day I dey me mark no. The man marking wrong no. Now I said should be right. Now I was shocked. And maybe you know that is again in about 80%. And I felt ashamed say as a lecturer. And me who what is happening. So my friend no about my office and I say sit down and say, hey, it's surprising. I say I know. I'm say why do you know? Say I know that you've corrected all my marks. I'm say how do you know? So that is what has happened. Anytime I write exam, there's a spirit that comes to change the system. And this after the exams. Intimation, you know, and now find down for now, they try the same thing. Now, catch me say, hey, the problem. And you move the way your favors are you crano. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Baumia spirit, a bro, Mama dear so. And a Baumia luck, a bro, Mama lock, we Mama lock now what pim.
I was a funny quote a year lawyer Morris Ampon.
Ebusia se mekasi sia se lawyer Morris Ampon bibia ye boko obi jeje bi obekasi na lawyer mu professional lawyer na ya se wa utwa bani se ba mu ambon kanuka abrante pa de afi o se do come aki obi script na nsem hunu se ya debia mi come so lawyer Morris Ampon na busuafo momfa mo nan fancy fomo Sasa motia ni ade atesa abrantie ka no se ye no kura pass ohi ohun amotie de ne motia wo mu ku wo mu di na wuye papa wo mu bre ni sunsun mase nti ene na busuafo mu mpagya mu nsore waka na ne de mu nkope ndi special cleansing bi ena mo be ye wo abrantie no so sansa ne nsem bi aja so de be ba bontin bia no wotena se na wodwen ho a ento asum nyanse bia enim wo betumi amacha sa abato na wo beto ma mahama ni ni abetumi adane na jese mahama re na de ba omi aba bedi nkunim yeti o maye mu aba omi aka nsempa se obo toilet ro besi amaye eto de bia amoma yenka no kra ne mfa nkire wo mu kakra na nyansa ne yenton wo supermarket abrantie no mekoso aka me say na adwe na ewo honom no I am not sure say bibia boko bibia nya boko sa ene yesere ne busuafo mudi munni sika kra na mombe hume me amepe kakra ede amamo na momfa ne nkom ndi amode ne kono wo hwe na adwe mu ni ade na bibia ye boko wa Ghana for ye betiasie but ne signs and symptoms are wo yi kire no bipolar kakra wom yi depression kakra wom adwenyare mu kakra wom abodamsem kakra Oba so wo butu no so de oba no ne bo so ohye papa Oba wotu mi bie bu pa ba lo yesira gegem no wi awa betira bonti aba beke kasanzen ana wo bi na eye no mi wuni say normal so ebi so ana obi na eye no and then wo be huni pa kama na de wa sha atade wa polish na ona mabonten na so just niema e kutia no enye niema ketwa ebiso who knows eno energy say bia na hello ya Morris Ampon nti mesre say mu nyina so no mo be kamera na ya sewa ho na ndie mpai bo bi wo mu a nende ya bompa ye de amanu mo ya kwankyere ni ade nyina no yesrem loyal Morris Sample ye professional lawyer papa ya just o man no accept to yensisi ya ye ni lawyer papa bia ye kwa frɛ no e ka lawyer Morris Sample ho na nde ye nyina no ya kai no won paibo mu ma me fa mo remu wa me next story na anapa we ye ni nsɛm bi ebeso ma na ye kyerɛ sɛ Gabi Ochredako o de nsɛm bi aba betudwa wo kyerɛ sɛ sisi akra no de pipi amanyoko no omoye no eye ne tan ye papa enu nti no pese o ende eye ne political career no chese ndi o the politics no ba na wie ye odisi hono ma esanse niema bi wo hono ma nka MPP amanyoko no mo ya e wo se mutumi akobo hu de row with media houses ne ade ne so sa niema ni nyina no enkoso sabre ya menemo kase de emuaye aba abonti a chese emuaye no emu odruye papa moma yenko na yenkotie eno nso emrasesia
the about smart Ghana update so we a news update for frokra ne de ba be somo abusua onabo kwajo opon kroma e kame akoye se Gabi Ochredako mo de betu dwa se ya de se aban no omo bo omo nwoma ho dawro no e kame akoye se enkoye kura na no ana kwajo opon kroma e de reply aba abontin e pese o kyerem se ono enei obeka aka esisu pen se omo enye omo adwuma no no na emu omo de any policies enko for omo adwuma pa e CEOs no omo de da nyumaku na no no enso so o se tambia no e kame akoye se omo na omo tenase e de din komo ase enko mu ntweska bi emfanto honom a omo de bebo omo nyoma ho dawru wa bra omo tu ama radio stations ni TV stations enso so wo so kwa kohwe no na e ade se omo ankasa akofo omo na fofo ba ko mienu bi a omo ye journalist na omo ma musica na omo ye se adwuma omo eno ana kwajo opon kroma se yenye ne saa na abusua enam so amane abobbo din bi esanze wo kiremu a CEOs ni bia so den na omo se first year nim kra no ya de se oni bi tenase eye meeting omo keka we nyina ya de se omo anye omo asa so atrance second time ama to the extent say president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo kra so betena mu bi still ya de se omo anye wo so obehwa ne se omo ankasa nanfofo a omo wo journalism nim no a omo ye adwuma no omo fa miensa na afi omo ankasa ma muska na instead say ko mbetu ho na mo atwa ska kese bi ado ato ho omo de ama media stations na bo hu dawru no obehwe na omo anye eno waka se omo nim se omo so de enye omo adwuma enya de se omo beji se adwuma no aya ma omo na so omo kasa na omo from ni omo ye meeting na so omo anye de a ene na adwuma no ebe de ne pa communication no e kame akoye se
medi kan ko mankesi bi ene CEO fo nyina akohia e presentation trom so mo ye adwuma na mo ma wo se one mo ma ho kwan ma adwuma na mo aye no ye bo ho dewuro I will say two mo ye sika to ho na ye de to airtime ye documentary ni ato airtime ni ye yi magana fo nyina afia di kan no omo ani so tie san akohia wo kwawu ye no motena kwawu e kan ni na mo asem che ho mampani ankasa ba ho betena se be camp senti mo hwe na mo mu dewuro amofa ya kan and me kan bodin because ye ni CEO for tena se si campaign for to be ya kan bi si no mo. In fact amana Edward Boatin ye siga CEO no offer meeting kase ba ko se enti wan e be ko first wan e be ba bontin no be kire adwuma wa ya ba be si nde be 3 or 4 pe eni tumi etwum ti sombe ni em se boss ne ba ko mienu bi pe eno mi etumi yom ti sombe kan phone na obia mpese adwuma o ye no obebo hu de obehu na omo ankasa afa journalist mienu miensa bi se o we do madam osume me discama na obetumi akama se mo amane adwuma no so yenye ne saa obi nso kufa akwa eni twehuru enti one of the major problems you face is not say I was information minister and a deputy and a back state-owned enterprise and it's how we back forward now platform I actually share more information and who food and there we would the abano abong do would the buy or say a free communicators in our class and now chill monomotias and will be the radio so Benya Ewo Central Region what we are to the amount say any unknown chief executives and Yanisa. Enya dia ejuma omo ye ebetumi abom de for the propaganda be professor unianum DCs many ya Dennis Miracles Aboakye any Professor Pidu of Vice President office ya tro me na tata say by 2nd of February ayo tuna also bia crucial projects nyina waye wo ewie na odeba na ya san boa mama bo ehudewu wo be ye bi wo ho ye be bi on the national platform no bia tie hu adwuma akoso ye bonya me mpa say omo bedi saa hihye ne so na project o ma ye una wo district obi o ho ani district wa 50 projects project 50 ni na ho mfoni ene ho krata asem o kire say school dan we ayesi no kwala say na enya ho faso ICT center we ayaye no kwala say na ye ho ayi bridge we ayaye no ho faso ni una wo ho a woni opr mo betwitwa ho mfoni ede ho ne ma na nyina aba na aboa ti say ye kana say nya de ombe ya urubo no be de but me for akwenye nso asan koso asere say one more man penny the adwuma show mo nsa no adwuma no na wo ye adwuma wo na wonim se ne yeko wo na betumi twa ho mfoni amaya so ate say ye to nsa fra se bra abeye press conference ana bra na begina na bobo adwuma no ho dewura emfere ensuro bra na wo ba bebo ho dewura na ye nyina no wo fudu apa na betumi apia
information minister sir mo call mo ho ewo or more districts and say more bank crime no difference near the effective.
First of all, yanka say omomrankan. You see twa ho funu obedi awo no. Na my ensanka package no. And with technology no, you hear say obe bank crime. Yanka say be ba ho na why wo press conference no wo ba oni unkofo na yakasa wo ho. Nti unkofo local radio ni local TV for na ebe capture. But at the same time no so because of technology, live streaming here the whole country should be who they are. But a woman ahomboa am package to CEOs in there and also ba and can say na waba be because CEOs no money na won can say until who CEO no I will say oba as no abe oba can start to be an friend state of the agency's report and here information ministry it we CEO na maba na mwaba be jina simpie so abetumo no mtu akire adwuma mo ye wo agency ho nyina na ho mfaso eno no de wo se wo ba ase na wo ba be sa state of the agency's report no but MMDC is ne ye come mo ho e wo mo district na wo ko che wo niam watumi abo ho dewu e ma bia
o kan se na so mo ma kwan bia ni ho a wo betumi afa so me o ministry betumi afa so ama o maba
yen de sa to me no yen ni ti o mo ma de aye ni se ye report e court efficacy mi se o so me se na obentin na to nsa frɛ no e na o ma last cabinet be me no me sa be se ko no ye ma me present report of ministers near there ya to nsa frɛ o omumba say be true maso ana entro maso no de ene de e wo chief of staff member for se en sheda ni ye nsem ye de ne se the we are na compile report no e de akoma mpani for mo ho se so me sia na obenti ye to nsa friend say on find information bra no on famba
ni amodi kan aye no enye den mo aye assessment ahwe sen na ekoye
abribia ye to nsa friend minister bia oba begina simpie so na wa follow advice e de man na wa ye no ubie kuwa ka atamu na de chinya na be 60% o hanji chimodi esia ofo nkomo ayidi nyina ejina de minister na be kan so memfa ba ko example minia ayi samala bujinapo uto nsa friend na no aba lithium hunsem bai program a ye boa no hihye man se abubegina ha na datu enu mtu na chirechire mu uwi a also ko TV we ko radio we ko ha ko na chirechire mu the whole week odi so no be 70% be 60% of eniema na e wo se yedi hu komo na de nyina no u follow komo e course wo man ni mu the week afterwards na edem trudo baby abefe bia na obi aka lithium no oh na dey say na say na net wa dey say na say na net enti so mu di so a ye review ne trese nsunsanso ne ye eboa e ma enkomo no ekoyie but so when di so a obi ani wo betumi abo de wura ma eno dey o say kind of plane ne plane fa baby edu ye mfa ntito obi ani obi anya nice edwuma na wo ye ne say wo mpese oba bebo ho de wura obi antumi ye say edwuma na ma wo na wo ye wadwuma wo na wo say obebo ho de wura information ministry
and non FM
yenuma enum num ne ye ako a dikan a ye ho adwuma ne say ye boa ministries departments and agencies any MMDs no na wo mo ahye ekwan a wo mbefa so abo wo mo nyuma ho dawu na wo ma hwe di so me sense su biom ye boa ministries, departments, ni agencies no. Any MMDAs no. No more she said kwanya ombebo munuma hu de no more diso. Enti enya no kre say ye ne bode wo ma wo. Adwuma no wona wo ye wo ministry ana wasem.
On FM.
Yen ye adwuma ne say ye boa wo na wahye kwanya obefa so abo hu de wo na wadi so. Etoso me no right to information and right there about yen ye hwema ne ye adwuma. Etoso me ensa yen na ye je omanfo adwenkyere ebre aban ye feedback to central government. Etoso N9 agencies are who do a war ministry national. Yen ye hwe omo so GNA GBC link ka hono ade and IS yen ye hwe omo so. Bi mo ho a omo independent to state only. But omo ko parliament a yen e wo si di omo ni medical. Bibi ti say IS ye ya na hwe so. And na dia e chatwo ni say de wo gba adwuma na nkasa no anankrato adwuma no a wo ga na anyina yen ye hwe so. Enti ohwe media ye adwuma wo ga na nyina media content, media standards, training of journalists, safety of journalists ne ade no ni na ka ho ahwe ti nema num we ne ye ho adwuma. Now and the first one na ya na bi mususu say yen na wo say ye bo obi adwuma ho dawo no kwere nyame anim ni enye possible because oza be what information ministry of crime unim adwuma ya ye was Abzugu Tatale district emum de aba ne say wo beboa DC na wo ho no one ni PRO na womo ahihye kwan on befa so abo adwuma no ho dawo no wadi so what information ministry unim adwuma ya ekoso bia wo energy ministry ya ba ne say wo beboa energy minister ene na pamfo na wo ahihye kwan on befa so abo adwuma no ho dawo no more this to the eye and say ye chichiri programs ahodo e de boa do why say ya minister's press briefing bra na adwuma wo ye wo ho no betu agutu na chiri no bia antiase e bi why say ye prese ye de central for e be kan na wo de ye ko ba bia wo ye adwuma na ekutwa no mfoni ma obia ehu bia ekoso so be kan ya minua ma fi poko prempe abra na ye dum cc e wo tema Greco side ho live on TV na netu moka hobi the central o ma kwa me the central for the nechi ekoye ti dia no mu ye nyina na e channel live and ma obi ati ase oh nkane na mu duma siesie we no sabe press briefing ti o kire mu no na fi obi ati ase se adwuma o mu eye ni ti obi ani eda ho na se o frɛ ministry no minister na say MMDC ni se ebenada no pa
Ebusia na chesa kwejo upon kroma chesa ye information minister na yakwa kotie no abano na chesa wutie ne kasa ye mudi na chesa nsama gabi ochedako edebeto dwana na so de ba bonten oje ho kra na onti ase se na mdi kan so kan ye ne sisi ade de gabi ochedako ose wa bre LPP amanyoko no mo ya de papa kra mu ntumi kra mbebo hu de ru ne mo niema mo wayina no je se shashashasha moto na we so aba be kire mu se to de bia ya na enye omo 40 years no ma so oden ye ne o ma kasasa so ko wi echi na ne o pe producer ba kwa na se ne o pe journalist ba ko bia je se o be ma ne kakra wa bi onya de ma ne di gu ni botom na chese kakra bi o be tumi aka no na wetumi akanti abre ne abre bia no aya na won shut down hu MPP amanyoko na de papa bia just ende wo ma ye ede ama wo man Ghana na so ye komu deeper de wo ma ye no kra no just koma ha ma green book ne mu kra de a enya de be kom ye be gye ba akọ aka ho ya type e wo sa pages ni na so musabre ya mena mo ka say de awe wo sem bi esi na sa awe wo sem ya esi ye no ebano ema any relationship day in day out biya na mitufu say we should always follow our hearts and then we should never let red signs wo bibi anasesin to be what bema ho ya amaye mbu yeni engusu all in the name of love ubedi enwechi na mehia brantie bi na medona brantie ne ho ofe no ma miskani ade na so ade ba ko ewom ni sa brantie ne koko ha ne dodo o ko wie chobi be ka jo so be ma de ne bufu ntema be ma sesa nti ye wo oba no na obenya abotre ne no abo ha se pai obenya abotre ade be che pai obenya ade abotre ade be che na abawa no so the next day na we ni be hu no na aba weni ekwaso omsio na bia wo oba ne na wonye na be ma de wo mo pa krokro no wasaye na ne next day no akwa akotwe sekan na ode aba bebo enne nsema na ya ase wa mensa aka no ni nyina no de ya awerɛhoɔ ɛwɔ mpa no ene asemwe ababa wa wedi 26 years one ni baby daddy awo baba ako na abrantie no a me de me ho no so ompa abrantie ne biom nanso abrantie ne se wonti ase sabre ya me ne mo kasa die ode sekan awo wo oba no anka ono akasa mu no kura no obo no homodin so obeku ono ankasa ho no nanso nyame ya adom e maboafo ekopie mu wo ho no mentem kyese videos ni ebusia yonko na yonko shemna sisia.
To spend the night at her place could spark an attack on her. A woman who broke up with Comfort about 5 months ago under the guise of visiting the 1.5-year-old child he fathered with the victim on January 27, 2024, demanded to spend the night with her ex-girlfriend. But Comfort turned down that request. What started as a small argument between the once lovers turned bloody when a woman stabbed Comfort 7 times on the thighs and stomach with a kitchen knife, leaving her with multiple wounds. She was rescued by neighbors who sent her to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital for medical attention. Vincent Kofi Frimpong is Comfort's father.
Nti okasa obeko na mnise bi obeko na me ka telephone nti be se 15 minutes na me san nya akọ bi still na oda ho yede esan ba bi owo so obeko bia na wosano na me yesa ade ya say police station ho no ma wonko ho no na me no menyede enkasa because me wo boase me mba ha that time no.
But he insisted on staying. When I spoke to the man on phone, he said he couldn't leave. My daughter said she followed her everywhere she went.
Nti be okona menini gina phone so na me tise wotie mu wo twatwa me wo beku majesty wo twatwa me wo beku majesty na me tie phone so na phone da nti phone akoto ba bi na wotie.
Whilst on phone, I could hear my daughter screaming. I came to meet her at the emergency to see that she has been stabbed and received deep cuts on her thighs.
Me ba no omo de call hospital plan so no enu mi yin se omo de ne ba nti bishia omo ha me ba ya mpa na me ba nese ya wo no sikan no wa wo no sikan mako 10 wa wo ne sere ho ha sei 7 ne yem ba ko na ne sa ha sei na ne sa o twa no mako 10 and he said
Meanwhile, Akwesi, a woman who attempted to take his life after committing the act, was admitted alongside his ex-girlfriend at the same facility. After pouncing on my daughter, he sought to kill himself and slit his stomach. Attempts to speak to the medical staff at Konfanochi Teaching Hospital proved futile. Comfort, however, had been discharged during Joy News' visit to the facility. Reporting for Joy News, Clinton Yabua.
Ebusia na chese ensemino ena yakwa kuti ababa wa 26 years ena chese ni baby daddy ede sekan ede awowo ne mfe ene ade all in the name of sister na migusuado still na me pese me ba wonche na mimbi so odo na ye force ana mesra mo montro comment section asema me odo no e ye force ana me na mehia wo ana wo na wo hia me wonimi ye duodo nkomo Matias ye me na wa twempena ba 2 months me na wo twempena na me hu se da bi eniema bi wo hu agese me kasa me to aso no wa twempena na nya de e beboa me nti ende me twe me hu ade efiri wo ye wo ba de ne so no ne nkire se me twe akwala ne so hu de efiri wo hu ende e ba ne de ye de ya wa wo be mamu ba nti ende obetumi abefa oba na anytime obetumi aba show oba na anytime na eden do ben kra na ya na nipa ne bi wo a obesimi ne wo gya ya wo se me menti ase se ne bejai eno na ya na ye do ben eno no aya na ye do tantan ben no abranti ye tumi atwose kai 26-year-old lady odia wo ne mfe ene ade hwe ya ye hwe dwumedie mesremo moma ye mfa saade we emfanye futuo ema ye nkasa ye hwe aware mesi aware nye compose aware nye by force wo ba asase so na wa ma meware a wuwu ko a wuwu a nyankopon ko bisa asade nti na wo ba asase so wa ma meware enkanka ne ye ma no na obeto ma me obeto papa osio chiaka mi producer si true love fun be no true love time be no na true love intini na be ma se bi oponchi wanim na de otu wo se ba ko de efiri o wo si ye mi gusu ado ne intire de mo ka ne kramente ye de sa ado ne de mi de nya nhie bi mi a mi ti he pan di sa do sa kwasi ado ekura de emfa na bema tene san wa shuma shum na bema ponche mano na de bia just me de pause me disisisisi me ha na so na bema ne ba me si o yo don't hey odo be nie true love this time or this baby as say oh my god and do there was nothing like true love. Say true love na me do producer mami nya me woni true love papa true love fun bi say kra de enya de be ye djuma wa hanum say we true love be ma otene ne sabo be ma odi watem be ma ye wa yakayaka de na still na waka wonu atum so be ma de me do no aba eto de bia ye na me huni say e low self esteem e man dodo na womu ni jidie wo womu ankasa womu mu ya na ye omu so na me ne kwa koja ekra no amafo beka se na be ma we ba no okọ be ma we ba no okọ ntiro ma mentena ho sa wotete ho na dakro bia na wo kra de yes kind of de be wo o peja wo kon we chimebun mu se ken na wuwu na kopie mu asama ado a wakwa explain e de akira mo chibesra mo ma na yesiso ne yento yebo awariye de ye oba ni monyam eni awariye de wo oba ni ye hyewe ni monyam kama say wo ma me ni je papa ni je but the moment ana say the factor ye ka say awariye de ye kama no nkyere se kwase ampani bi ase bi obeba wabre bomu bia no accept be ma che bi yanti tin wo fie ni be ma wotene ne nsa e de boba enti yanu fo awariye kama eni omo ko vacation ni ade enti enye mo fe madafu bia sama okaye me dia me boy no bumi anaya na e ma me hu so odomio hey otre ne sabo pan a na hu so odo ende wo bebo ochino obebo e bia the next day no obetene ne sabo no na e bia na wansori bio mesremo moma yeni enda honum wuti wiase na wo ye single bibie nu honum ebesi wuti wiase no we nya boy anase wangofa boy a wunwu bibie nu honum a ebesi eno ne chese just wadanfu be komkra no oba bi wo honum na danfu bi be ma just one ne wo honum ne ade enti no na chese ne ho prin girigide na me nafufo na wo boy enti me so me nkofa boy wutiri ene obitiri enyepe efia wo firi mu no ene efia wo bi fufuro nso efiri mu no nso no enyepe ebia nande wo be hu ne se oh we de eyefe na nso ebia okosunye so a subia wo su no enya asem keto me ma we enye futuo enfema all the young ladies and as single ladies as just emotion jumedi nyina no mesremo do not ever entertain a man na just debia no otene nsa ebo that is not love that thing is not called love bema wo bu oba enyodo sebi jimie ma we should shine our eyes bema so bema bi wo hono ma bekwa akoto so pa na yiri sibrim no bema muwa no oba kitejije ono papa na so ne dem seri jano nako yeso ni obi chimp na semujaya enye niwo sense bia wo aware mu na wo begya aware wo aware mu na ndie wo bechu hudie firi wukunu mu na eno so kra no se wote aware ho na chese niema ekoyie na niema ede ekomudia ndie kama wo betumi atena ba wote aware ase na de bia pan na ba ma egu anim ase na ba ma didi watamu oni pemesrew chewu frio motivational speaker nana yebo o say da bibi be si edu yebo o se de onu kra na okwatena delay show ekwotu wo amofo se wo ba de eni kwan se wuja ya wale na oba kra de wuja ya wale eni kwan so obi awale mu no yet social media issue na fiye mu ye hu se ya ye ne wedding chenchereche onu kwa no ne kunu no kra na just wo mu jai wo mu temti ye kra no na 2 months mpo mai eno obi foforo ababe no wedding kama tie ma we so enye efutuo enfama ye nyina me final story for today ne na miguso a ka mo se woni jinsam hwe adwuma ho nko ade asa abretutu me kabra na fa just 100 Ghana cedis be fa forms na ye fa to ye pemu media courses aye no so de dosu ye papa and ye we need newscasting ho a wo ba ye bachelor so and we need DJ yin e so obo njuma no so ba ye bachelor MCI ye bachelor TV and radio presentation so usua editing video and audio editing TV and radio production bia drone shot ni ade nyina no wo ba ye bachelor pa chop ye chi akwaya ye waskwa ye ni TI Asenso na edi inhwani for any inquiries betimi afre ye was 0557036109 and Asenso 0550623377 na one ye atwetwe enkomo saso na wani jujubedie ho na opese obeso yan ase na mani ye 0550623377 and Asenso 0557036109 na nado dan ko ekufu ado nenum kasa ye bia chese ende wo kasa editia ahemfu achese wo mkopie mu wona so ya na wo se wo mkwa akwhwehwe atamels ne autopsy report no sabre ya menemo kasa die Itik Muhammad ede ensembi aba betuja watchese na nado dan ko ekufu ado wan kasa ye kra na wo so otumi peja ne mu na ndi okopie mu ekumfi na wo kokoto ekopa wo mo chowe esasese ye to aba no ede ma so mampeni a enye beebi a chese ye to aba no ede ma wo nko ano ena wo ye mampeni e wo ho no wo ye mampeni ede ma the whole Ghana intende wo mo to aba de ma wo man to aba na ma wo wudi obi koyo ena nipa na wo de ne koye no man to aba ma no so wini ye so di ncho. It is your responsibility. It is your right. Say obeye chese impuntu juma de obeye bi ede ama wo na we na wa chese sanka mahama ne beka sansem we ya anka sabre Ghana for ya sopa ya no tutuja ede ama ne so koye na nado dan kwekufu ado de ye nyina no yaka ya no ede atu mesro na ya sa wa mankama no antum me betira fidim hanum sei epone me nyansa ne kakra no Edman na nado dan ko ekufu ado moma yanko na yenkotie Muhammad no munsam so emra sisia
asema miko gamaga no miti ya mira hu kesipa eni nsema mampenyina nkaza kokai abra you see Queen Mothers from Ekumfi eba ni nchenso mbesrano I for the life of me na me dream hu sa say like no yeah to about you are. I
think it was just said in jest.
In jest.
I mean, these things are.
What do you mean by he said it in jest?
I think there are things that we don't.
The women were speaking.
We major in the minors, and I mean this.
So that's my choice. Let me major in the minors. You major in the majors. What I say? Let me major in the minors. Nanayao. Before the advent of, colonial governance, no mushe so. Ye bibia were our traditional rulers and yes sir. Now there was a high level of reverence that we accorded them and we still do. Now say obiba and our traditional rulers eba and they are speaking to the realities in their areas and to make the comment I'm making, I think it was in terrible taste. And Obia Opeso rationalize that comment, is not doing the president any good. I said to me, Kanukre, Asama Okan, he said, look, Nukra war from because it's not as if the Queen Mothers came to say, yepun to Juma Mayeng, but near Akanye, they said there are problems in their in their areas, in their communities. And Mampenyi, even whether said in jest or he was serious about it, Nukra woman say, we're in a near free ho. And yet to Abana Mao say, bra, never MP before president. When he's described as the president of the Republic of Ghana. Ekumfika Hubio, Republic of Ghana, Sebi, and ya crown Kwao. What is here? Auntie, ye can't Mampenina or mining in our penino. Ekumfika home, and you cannot say that because you want to about my deputy minister.
I think the first one issue 143 ABO and say started program as a Kumfi factory.
Over two sad, the private investor started before he even became a president and the infant chain.
No, do you have rubber and then your factory? Where do you have rubber in your factory?
And
second.
My uncle.
But
the women were complaining about Rose Ben on my just mention one stretch of Rose on my.
I think we are Bekasa. And I offer it time no.
They were speaking to the terrible, the deplorable state of Rose in their communities.
Yes, sir.
What is here? And you cannot tell me so my acquaint na no mupe more. I don't sabi. To the extent that Queen Mothers Bebaho to come and complain to you about their realities. And the least the president could have done was to say, ye beshe na ye bibi. But to say, yan to Abama or deputy minister until we win.
That's not what he said.
Massa, you see, you are not Nanado. Anything you say is from your who so tea. Yeah, United the same voice. What I say? And then I say, Nyokayano. There's actually evidence to back what Nyokayano. In fact, the very reason why Queen Mothers Nabayan was because of the very thing now Okan was him. And he actually confirmed to them say me many and young Kotia because yan to about money deputy minister. Sabi ankasa MP na deputy minister no Juma the way I see fata. Sangombe to abanamano. Now we are blackmailing the electors with the authority yaying the voters nankasa edi amount. You are using the very authority we've vested in you to oppress us. Say anyanya upedia ubema ya swayeshi. That's what it means. And ABI confuse them no. There are many more examples I like to believe. Yan to Abama ninti or Miaom. Na mampenyu mia microphone because yan to Abama odia. Let's just say by. Look, we cannot be retrogressing. Ghana's democracy has grown. Until Fanese sebi. Mampenyu da Mahama ne kasa asem we. Anga uti we anga bakasa nyesa no kai. So look, to the extent said when he made the comment, on why Puntu Jumakra was Shanti and Okaze, Niawaya Yina Chukra, on Nukra say Bitu Abanaman. Edian I am finding no Kruma. I could cross such a cry and Yenifeno. Dear I am finding. But who would the only way you any because you are punishing them?
The one such a chroma.
BB and you such a crying Yenifeno. What you see? I could such a crying Yenifeno.
I thought that it is a cross such a chroma.
What is here? And for me, you see, and Richard Mo he said it in jest. How can you joke about an issue as serious as development? And what is funny about your kind? Say me you many mom and Nukrasu where you in your mom. What is funny about sa comment? There be unya umra na waka. And look, we politicians and to me a mom. They need to think really hard and fast about nsema omuka edichre. And you see, it appears this attitude is becoming trendy. Maybe I'll call Ashanti region, Bukrum constituency, Kwabre East, I think. And now Mubisan said the constituents in that constituency, complain say they be a two Abama MPP. Now so yakwen and it's the same akwen yao say enkoye. What did the president say? And now who catch them say he said it in jest. It's a trend. Now do you know? And you cannot justify your kind by saying he said it in a Mama Penin Dada Mahama and make look Anchor by now you would have eviscerated him.
And I said
Anchor bet it into pieces.
I don't know
then Mahama can't. Let's talk about President Kufuor. What must say? And I'm saying, sir, near Mampenika one can ye. And I would have felt, say, Mukasamanu, you would have attempted, you see, not even a Kamfonkwa, even, Mampusin Dagumba Fokra. Sometimes, or he need to make Kansama, be out of anger. Wow, we're charming, when I saw CSA Semino. Basutia, Kase, Nyoka and Yazano Kano, me will be at Nyoka, and I think it's unacceptable. You cannot create the impression, say, you are a president who would oppress Nkrofo man to Abama any can say candidates. That's not how you run a country. After all, yen taxes na editu amkano. Yen kase ekumfifo taxes nka. Yen kase gamaga for taxes nka. Obia taxes kan hubi. And you cannot punish people because they took a certain decision. You see, once you do that, near HNZ, you are taking their right to determination from them. And nobody has that power. Say they cannot freely decide who they feel bet me represent you. Because man penisi 1 2 abana mani nipa mimi peno. Me yi menia mam. Na chese me mam wa bre mpuntu ade a friend mpuntu edie mu de munsa nkabi. How do you run a country like that? But no mami vanchuro. But I think say mo amukasama no. You can, mu bet me aboano. But to try to justify no kind idea, you are only hurting him even further. And hurting the fortunes of your party. Say kumfifo 18 year okay. Any ne usu ubeke. So your kind no diagro. Just the feelings, the aspirations, the desires, the needs of the people of Ekumfisi have become a subject matter of presidential jokes. Granted, Krasen Yoka was a joke, which I doubt.
Muhammad, any Yokotie no eba ya chese watches sense. Someone another than Kwekufa, the president of the land, Nanad Rankwa, Yokaye, Ereche Kumfi, Fuajes, Kumfi, Penufua, Womukopi, Honomono, Wankasai, Krasena, Media Brantia by say, and Kaebeya or Winnie and Ankam Puntujumo to me about my constituency. Nensomoto abano sintino me sheda pa na me yimeni edifio se na nada dan kwegufo ado nim kasa wankasa ye kra te ndi oma ne won hare no na chese sabri omra bonte na ombepa wo mi na achewo eno adanso me betena fidiem hanum say the reaction achese a free a kumfi traditional council for nim the besoma no wo so chese sabre just ended NPP parliamentary primary course no nipa na nada dan kwekufu ado chese wodi ni bepie mu e wo hono minti achese wo fam puntuduma anko ho ni sanse nipa ne edi ncho no sabre nipa no wasaso edi ncho ntina na do pa kire se enya dia ajeso odi mpuntuduma ebebre wo mu ana na wo mu nyina so no tax no wo mu tue bi enye MPP fo nko a ene tue tax no ana se nya nkofo wo mu tuma wo na na adodan kwekufo ado no wo mu nko a na etue tax obi etue tax ni bi nko ade enye wukuro mu nko na betumi aye ni yie ye kuro bia so ye sede ebe ya nka wo kwei na waja dimpa waja legacy pa na so ko share records ma se na adodan kwekufo ado Sabre the West president oh my Ghana yenya ene na nado dan kwa ekufu na just Mahama kura no aba betu na ntina Mahama ja wenya beti aje say ne owo so na beti no ere cha ye say ye to aba no emfama na wonsa so embra so na Mahama mbre bi obeka che say onya magician na obepe ejuma ede amayende Mahama su oba enjuma de obebie biye papa no krenti no 24-hour economy ede eba no me ma ye nyina no ye ni ada ho ma ye hu ni say NPP NDC wo mu ni bibi papa bia ede ma ye but se wa wo hye na se ndia obeto aba no ede ama wo mu a wo kokromoti ene beka same okoto aba ma NDC ame emfa me ho oman ne ye bra me membre bi wuzu minu mienu na na ye bebre ma me kanisa okoto aba no so edema MPP amena na ya asewa mti hei apetampe emfa me ho oman no ye bra ye nyina ene bebre but I feel said the youth we should arise and then put a stop to send your penifon wo mu diga na sika no send wo mu diga na sika na ewe gas no wo mu tabri wo mu gas ko pio my hudro mu eni wo mu ju wo manini ade no ye fa ye nansi fom ye mpagya ye mu na ye ma wo mu ntiase se de akone de enya de ye beka ya no ede atumesan se ye nyina no ye sika tax no obia etue bi ene kra de aba bonte ne say ne wo so light ba kokra na utua tax nti imagine wo ye wanyina no na acheso oman penifo no wo mu fa de papa no sika ne nya de papa bia na ende football na wo mu se sika wo so aside and wo mu ni wo mu guest ni V8 akese so ena wo mu edidem haso na mbe mam kwa na nsema na ya so wa me de be so mu se super atija no me de ni nyina so ebesin. We are available. Say opese will sponsor ya. Number ni 0550633377 and that's 0557036109. Ufre numbers the mubiana ye bejebre na ye no atwetwe nkomo no ba so atija eni super atija jumedie mu saso ena weni jensam hwe juma ho kwa dia Kumasi online media school bi atumu tuchumeka bra na fa just 100 Ghana cedis bra no mofa wonfa entity ye pemu media courses aye no eno ena echegu wakasafoni ne number ni 0550623377 and I says 0557036109. Upe ye cha kwa yesi dia ye was kwa ye niti ya mas ena edi inshe ni bebi a wobiano ubetimi aba na waba bepeke o forms. Saso ena cha sendi ya wedding akesi eba bekoso wo krom ha nyina no eya eba bekoso sorry programs conferences birthday parties engagements program bia wo ye bia na pese Kumasi online TV ye betwama wo eto Facebook and YouTuber me pacho akwenya no ewo honom ye hia no so obefre yen wo 0550623377 na woni yen atwetwe enkomo. I'll keep on saying this: distance is never a barrier when it comes to Kumasi online TV. Say ya kwa streaming videos ede ama me si baby awo no eye tokromu na light ni ho bibia eni ho kra. We are going to do the magic for you. Timisro freye na one yen entwetwe enkomo nensem so amede be so mo no wajintwe bi fa ho ana chese comment section ase no wama nesu edi egu ho no menso edi amame saso na mehwe so be mame thumbs up ena owia na chese ndia wa share video wen so edi ama obi nya subscribe so na wa subscribe so edi amame kopie mo MC a hodi abrante pama no pictures ni videos echegu ye nyina no nsano ejuma no saso ena hana ATP ene Dennis ebo mechido mambetena video manum say din sem we nyina so ebesom na so shonko so na me de mama executive producer Mr. Daniel yebo abepacho ene Friday de ye sorry studio me di eja mu nyina ne se mu amoni gie pie ho no mesere upia na why very careful na yesi afini mu nche ye so nipa bebre na ena ewu or in the name of food poisoning and I said drink poisoning. Ubeni obi beko ebia nipa no gini di ye papa nenso wunim nipa tire entise brofrite so betumi apai mu ehu de ekoso ewo honum. I want each and everyone to stay safe. Said e be ya adwoada metumi eso enemo esanso edi ehia ewo super atija so makramo ye be sanso edi ehia. Bye bye.
Amafwe Kumasi online TV production yaba ne de ne yaba ye de equipment ekukudam ana ye de aba se eye camera de enam wiem de nam fom de enam ensuom ni nyina ye wo bi e wo honom a TV production yabo ya hu ye pa se wo ye dwumadie bi etese wedding eye engagement and sorry ana schools se wo ye seminar bi na pese betwa ko all the social media networks no so e de amaw ye ni ntotonsa na fre eye Kumasi online TV production for na yamra na ye dwumadie ne Kama fe a ebo no eda from pa the production so the sound quality video quality ni nyina e wo soro wo pese wo hu ba bia wa ye wo Kumasi eyetia media opposite one ma ana se to nsa ne frɛ wa homa true for so 0550623377 Kumasi online TV production ye demu fua e wo Kumasi kodua mu.